The renewed fighting has dampened hopes for all armed groups, including the M23, to withdraw by March the 30th, a deadline set by regional leaders. CGTN's Chris Ochamringa caught up with a Congolese security expert, Didier Bitaki, who shared his insights with us.
Okay, leaders from the East African community last month made a call for a ceasefire and said that the M23 rebels should withdraw from all the occupied areas by March 30th. But that's not the first time that they have made that call. Do you think that the rebels will heed their call this time round?
I don't think there is a willing on both sides to stop the fighting. No. There is even no willing, because the government of Kinshasa said they are not ready to dialogue or to discuss straight directly with the rebel movement. At the other side, they need dialogue. Which kind of dialogue? What will be the matter they will be discussing about? The matter is not known, because they were in Nairobi. What didn't go in Nairobi for them to come back and need a new process to start? That's the first thing. The second thing, who decided that the peace process has to take place after the ceasefire? It's not the M23, nor the government, but it's an appeal from outside, came from all those leaders.
But recently, President Paul Kagame had a press conference in Kigali, and he said that this problem in the DRC is not a Rwandan problem, it's an internal problem in the DRC. And he said it was triggered by the failure by the DRC government to respect the ceasefire, the peace deal that was signed in Nairobi in 2013. What do you say about that statement by President Paul Kagame?
President Paul Kagame is wrong, because in the same speech, when he said that the government of DRC failed to implement the peace agreements signed in Nairobi. I witnessed that's a peace agreement in Nairobi. There is two parts, two terms that is stating that the Rwandan troops that are inside the M23 should remove themselves and return to Goma, to Rwanda. And what you have not to forget is that the international community is also part of this conflict, because due to considering what Mr. Antonio Guterres declared, recognizing that the M23 is an army, they can't disarm them. The M23 is well organized, even more than what the government forces are. I even don't think there is one of the M23 leaders who has an account, a bank account in Europe, or a bank account, let me say, who has an account in Africa, maybe in Rwanda. So what can forbid them to move to do whatever they want, even if there is a sanctions?